Please wait for the microphone to reach you before asking a question. And when the microphone does reach you, please provide your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conference. If you're joining us on Zoom, please use the raise hand function for questions. We'll take your questions after taking questions from the room first, if time permits. Now joining us, members of the Oregon State Beavers, head coach Mitch Canham, and student athletes Cannon Reeder and Easton Talt. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach and then open it up to questions for the student athletes.
Yeah, a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes made early on. Kleine wasn't his sharpest coming out the gate, and even then, we had a hit batter that ended up resulting in a strikeout and a clock violation. So some things that all went in our favor, but a handful of other things not like playing clean that led to a handful of runs. All 6 of their runs were from free bases, so it was just not clean baseball. And they got a good guy on the bump going. I thought we had 8 or 9 really hard hit balls that the wind knocked down, but that's part of the game too. They dealt with it, so did we. But the beauty is that I trust these guys to go out and take the path that we've chosen to take all year and battle through the other side of the bracket.
We'll open it up to questions for the student athletes.
Easton and Cannon. First, Easton, what did you see on the home run? If you could take us through that at bat, and then what made Morrison so effective as he kept going in the game?
The first at bat, the hitting coach, told me to go up and see a pitch. So I was going up there anyway to see a pitch. I saw him upset because he missed a fastball up and then slider down. So I knew he was going to throw in pretty much down the middle. Then he came back with a 2-1 fastball. And then basically repeated the same exact pitch, the 2-1 or 1-2, 2-1 fastball. So got a hold of it, and then he was mixing well, hitting spots. He had a lot of confidence too, but just mixing well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he hit his spots when he needed to. Did a good job mixing, and just effective when he should be. But we'll get him next time.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball for both of you guys. When you see those balls just getting gobbled up in the wind, which we've seen at this park for so long, how frustrating can that be as a hitter, and how do you adjust to that? I mean, do you have to make any kind of changes with your approach to take the conditions into account?
I think it definitely can be frustrating, but I mean that's just part of the game. We're playing in the same ballpark, so at the end of the day, it's not really a big deal. You just got to flush it, but we're just going to keep swinging it, keep playing our game, and you don't necessarily change your approach. We're playing in a big yard, so you want to keep the ball on the line, get true backspin, but that's just part of the game.
Yeah, I mean after my home run, I think Iva and Gavin went back, Iva and Gavin went back to back, and both those balls were hammered. So just keep putting good swings on the ball, and eventually they'll fall. Soon enough, there'll be line drives.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Ken, Easton, thanks for your time.
Thanks.
All right. Don't you dare.
We'll open it up to questions for Coach.
Mark Garland, College Baseball Central coach. Does it change your guys' approach? I mean, I know you guys have had a lot of elimination games this year, kind of just going out and do the same thing, trying to get the same success.
I mean, we're going to go out and we're going to get a light practice in tomorrow and put together a game plan, prepare for our next opponent, and continue to plug away just as we always have done. You try to make it more than it is or less than it is, then shame on you. So, again, like even as the game's going on, I'm like, well, okay, this has been a long time since I've seen this kind of ball being played from our side. And at the same time, I'm not surprised on how they continue to put in the work at the very end of the game, getting guys on board, and great to see a handful of our guys come out, Kamats, Palmer, and Edwards, throw the rock and do a nice job, just getting little touches. First time getting to jump on the bump in Omaha. And so that is going to be an important factor these next several games for us to continue to be successful. Having a day off tomorrow gives our pen a little breath, kept all those guys pretty short. So, just being able to be prepared for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and everything thereafter. Let's just keep rolling.
Noah Darling, College Baseball Central. Coach, you mentioned the other day studying past teams, maybe not yours necessarily, but you were on that 2006 team that came out of the losers bracket and won a national championship. So, number one, have you studied that team a little bit as you prepared for the College World Series? And secondly, what do you remember about that team that's going to help you guys persist?
Did I study that team, our team in 06? I'd say I'd studied it pretty hard, lived it. And then, 2018 as well. You got wisdom from Zach Taylor, and it's baseball. If you're scared of a little bit of an obstacle in front of you, then sport isn't for you, and most of life isn't for you, because it just keeps coming. So take it with grace and go out there and fight. I mean, the beauty of that team, every day we woke up and we were excited to be there with one another. Again, you quiet all the noise and you focus on the task at hand and bringing excitement to the game. Early on, in today's game, it was a little too somber at times, and I had to go down the dugout and ask a few guys, hey, typically in these moments I hear you saying this, and typically I see someone shooting water over another guy or whatever. And I go, don't change who we are based on, the score of the game or what have you. If you don't change the way you pitch based on the score of the game, you attack the strike zone if you're on the bump. And if you're, at the plate, doesn't matter the score, you're going to swing at high quality strikes and you're going to take balls. And so it doesn't change our approach, and again, waking up tomorrow morning, it's gonna stink a little bit tonight, but I'm excited for tomorrow. The fact that, again, we get to be around one another, and there are going to be a handful of guys that are, graduated. We actually had a graduation ceremony yesterday at our lunch. So watching Chase Reynolds and Wilson Weber get their diploma was very exciting. So these are, again, the whole picture. You're getting to see these guys grow up in front of you, and what a great opportunity that we have to go out and fight. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if we do our job and we play together as a family, that like I know we can, we're going to play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then jump in the championship series. And at that point, again, it's all about getting hot. So we still got air. We're still in it.
Coach, you mentioned the balls that got gobbled up after those two by Arquette and Turley in the third. Morrison's he settled into a pretty good groove there, and I'm wondering if you noticed anything different from him once he settled in, or something different maybe in the approaches from your hitters.
No, I thought once we got, I did one of those in-game interviews after the third, and we were talking about that. I said, I'm excited to watch the guys second time through. Just finding balance, and he did a really good job mixing a lot of his pitches. It was fast, low, in, out, up, down. He obviously they have a really good guy behind the dish receiving. I had no idea. I'm in the dugout. I have no idea how close some of those pitches were, how good they really looked. Just based on how the guy receives it and what kind of cut our guy's taking at the swing or at the pitch. But again, our guys. We're still putting good barrel on it. I liked where Jacob Craig was at. Arquette again, all these guys. There was no quit. Look at the very end of the game. Gavin Turley is Oregon State's home run record, and he goes for a push bunt to get on base. So at no point in time was anyone thinking adjust. I know Cannon had said we're just going to keep going at it and swinging, but he understands if the third baseman's back, first baseman's back, and second baseman's up in the middle or whatever, we're going to look for holes, and we'll use the small game if we need to. And really, it's when the wind's howling in like that, you have to lower your sights, especially with a guy who's got a little bit of jump. He's got a pretty good off-speed stuff that barrels down. You really have to work line drive down. They made some great plays. That ball that kid caught in the corner, sliding into it from Arquette, and defense, their infield played solid defense as well. I know we put a couple scares in them with the balls at the wall, but again, control what we can. And on our side, we need to force them to put more balls in play. 6 walks, we can't do that. Hit by pitch or two, again, that ain't going to work, especially with a team that as I talked about before the game with the guys, they're going to continue on fighting throughout the entirety of the game, just like we're going to do. And so minimizing mistakes is always important. But, I anticipate us going out and playing cleaner baseball Tuesday. Yeah,
That'll conclude our press conference. Coach,
absolutely.
thanks for your time.
Thank you.